Hello, my name is Johnny. Welcome to another Marvel character talk. Today we're going to take a look through of a Tales to Astonish, starring Ant-Man, from cover date January 63. If you'd like, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, like, reply, and share. Let's take a look at the cover, and then we'll talk about it a little bit, and get into the pages. Nice 12 center. As far as old comics go, especially this old, this one's not that bad. It's still actually got a little bit of a sheen to it. At last, you've met your match, Ant-Man. Even you can't stop the hordes of the Scarlet Beetle. Look at them in there. Wouldn't be too bad, except it has a marking on it. But in a way, you don't even see that as much. It almost looks like it blends into that or the antenna. So as far as somebody writing a number on there, that's not too bad. There's his loyal ants. He's on a water fountain, and they've got these hordes of the Scarlet Beetle, all these other insects, starring the astonishing Ant-Man. And of course, this is a Jack Kirby cover, ably inked by Ditko. Really great. Let's look at the back, see the ad. There's the ad. Open this baby up. January 63, and it's copyright 62 because comics were on sale a couple months before, so this probably came out the end of October of 62. John Kennedy time period in American history. Astonishing Ant-Man, the vengeance of the Scarlet Beetle. I don't know why they call it the vengeance, because he never before appeared, and I don't think he ever came back. Look at him. Look at little Ant-Man. He's in a toy section. That's cool, because in the first Ant-Man, there was like a section in the house where there was a little train and the girls' toys. Plot: Stan Lee. Larry Lieber is his brother, did the script. He's still alive. Art: Jack Kirby, inking Dick Ayers. And Artie Simmett did the lettering. There's page 1. This is just a 10-page story, and then there's a couple of other stories. I'll look briefly at those, but spend more time here looking at this. Look at this nice perspective, looking up. Ant-Man seeing there's insects are letting him know that there's some kind of danger. There he takes his shrinking gas. And this is a catapult. On one of the covers, they show that. That's really cool. This is 39. Ant-Man in costume first appeared in 35, and then Hank Pym, the Ant-Man, before he was known as that, no costume, appeared in 27. So this is very early. Seeing what's happening, all types of insects down there. Looking at that beetle. Beetle was got radiation, and he's got the brain of a human. So he's going to take over Earth. There's trillions of bugs on the planet. So it could be very dangerous, an organized attack by the insect world. So Ant-Man goes to fight him. His bodyguard beetles come out. And after a while, he's knocked out. He loses his helmet, and look at him. He grabs his shrinking and growing gas, uses it, and he blows up to the size of a human. Ant-Man's out of it. Wakes up in a little ditch that he was thrown in. Can't summon anybody because he doesn't have his helmet. Can't grow because he doesn't have his gas. Termites are helping. They're doing all kinds of things here. Spiders biting politicians. The bees are attacking. Oh, he's worried. Look at Hank Pym. This is one of the 2 pages of script stories that they had in there. That at the time they needed to have that for some reason, some arcane little reason, to fill out the things instead of just the comics. I never read those. So the ants come, find his helmet, bring it back to him. So he's going to go on the attack. There's like from the cover with the drinking fountain. Get some honey pot ants to help out. Use a stick to get at these grasshoppers. Ants are helping. They're going to use some DDT. Remember that? And that was eventually banned, like so many of the chemicals we use. What a nice artwork. Kirby and Ayers. Look at him. He's going to have to get him. Leads him into the toy store. Cool, look at him. He hops in the little toy. Get away. Gets a lance from a knight. Punctures the gas, causing him to shrink. Safely down. He's strong enough now that he can get a hold of him. Dumps him in something, and the rest of the balloon. Oh, no! Rest is up to Henry Pym. He gets back to his laboratory, counteracts the radiation, so he goes back to just being a regular little beetle. Lets the little fella free to live out the rest of his life, and that's the end. Very cool. So there's a 10-page story. Look at the tiki gods they're advertising here. Cool. There's a rather longer Don Heck artwork story. Stan Lee plot, Lieber script. Not going to look at this one too much. It's another alien one. And then at the end, they always have a nice 5-page of the Lee and Ditko stories, fantasy-type stories. We'll get to that in a second. There's the second half of the script story. Cool-looking things they're selling. And what do you see the artwork on this, who this looks like here? The toy soldiers. Can anyone possibly dream up a fantasy story about something as simple as a few toy soldiers? Well, suppose we'll find out. And there's the Stan Lee and S. Ditko. The great team that brought us Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. And look at this kid here. Who does he look like? A young version of a Peter Parker. Look at that artwork. This is before Spider-Man was going to come out in his regular series, but this was after Amazing Fantasy. So he had already drawn Peter Parker once. And he's a fan of the Civil War. He gets the soldiers. You want to set it up. He has to go to bed and something happens. Look at how cool this guy is. Succeeded. They're going to tell you who he is. They could have brought this guy back, because sometimes they go all the way back to these early things, like on some of the monsters, and bring him back. He's Zog of the 6th dimension. That's funny, Zog. They use that as one of the green Zeroid robots. I also collect toys from the 60s, and that's one of them. Going to get to the Zeroids later this year. They've been packed away. So the dad comes there, and they're fighting. And then all of a sudden he uses something to paralyze him. And take him back to the 6th dimension. Suddenly the lights are out, and then they wake up. What happened? I don't know. Look at him. He looks like a very young Peter Parker. If you see those early Ditko Spider-Mans, you see that's exactly how they redrew him, except a little bit older. A nightmare. Something happened. Goes back. Looks at this stockade he's got for his Civil War. Holy smoke, that wasn't just a dream. It happened. It really happened. And look at him. How? There's Zog in the little jail cell. And if we knew the answer to that, Billy, this wouldn't be a fantasy tale, would it? Like I said, there's art by Steve Ditko and words by Stan Lee. So a very cool story in here indeed. So a nice one here. Condition on this. I don't know. Maybe it's a 4.0. Sometimes it's hard to really judge Silver Age. And sometimes on Silver Age, the numbers are low like that, but they're a little bit more lenient, I think, on a 4.0 than if it was an 80s comic that got a 4.0 would look really horrible. I don't know. So, a nice one here. Keep reading, perhaps send into CGC. We'll see. Until next time, more Marvel character talk, where we take a look at inside of the issues like this, and other ones where we just look at the covers and talk about sending into CGC, values, and all kinds of fun stuff from the comics collect from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and into the 90s for me. Until next time, thank you for watching, my friends.